Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the financials for some of these companies such as ZENABIS, Aurora, Village Farms, Supreme Cannabis, and Canopy, and I may talk about T-God, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell down below, give me a thumbs up, I do truly appreciate it. I also want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about. Buy or sell after you did your own research, due diligence, and you like the investments you're pursuing. Yeah, so let me just tell you before I get into this, my situation, why I haven't been able to do any videos at my place right now. I'm living pretty budget right now. So I basically, oh, my lighting went out, great. These things need to be charged, but that's life. It's basically, the people I live with, they got a daycare, so the kids are like super loud in the mornings or whatever, and then they got some loud dogs, so I just go about on my drives. I got this little Lytra torch right here, and I go in my car and I take little videos. So if you're confused, look, this isn't a perfect situation right now. I'm trying to, you know, have a nice house one of these days, and I have a little nice studio or whatever. If I continue to keep doing these videos and stuff and growing my channel and sharing my knowledge that I think is very undervalued in the cannabis sector, very undervalued. But anyways, let's get to this. So basically, I'm gonna share I did a big purchase today, a big purchase. So, all right, let's do the ZENABIS. Okay, so ZENABIS price per gram is 114 a gram in Canadian funds. So it's down from what they used to be. I mean, it's up. So before, their last quarter was 85 cents. But the reasons for that is basically they have less trim this quarter. Like they produce more trim, I guess. So no, I mean they did. Yeah, they something to do with the trim and the flower kind of arrangement. That's what they said. So my take is basically, when they're growing in a new facilities, it takes time to really scale and get the facility running at like a good yield per plant, because they don't have everything kind of like set up all good. You know, there's always tweaking, right? I'm a welder, right? So I weld like steel, I weld aluminum, I welded like nickel, like a cast iron and stuff like that, just for school, right? Or stainless steel. They all are different, right? Wherever you go, right? So when I'm welding, say like downhand, like going downhand or going uphand or overhead on a different material, the thickness of the metal, all these things are different parameters, right? So that you can't be dialed in as soon as you get to the facility and you start getting that license going. It takes time to kind of tweak things out, right? So as well as the training of new people, all those things, right? I've worked in manufacturing. I understand that things take a little bit of time sometimes to really start flowing really nice. So yeah, that's the dealio. And basically it's just, you know, it's gonna take time. Now they did an EBITDA loss of like 5-6 million, and they did a net loss around 9 million, but they were cash flow positive based on the money they got from Tilray and Starseed and some financings, I guess. But they spent a lot of money on construction, right? Because, you know, they're getting a lot more square footage. So what did I do? I did a big purchase of ZENABIS today at 17 cents. I bought 17.5 cents actually. I bought 30,000 shares. Can it go a lot lower? Sure it can. I know I watched Mickey D's video. He's saying that ZENABIS will go to 0. Look, it could go to 0. Straight up, it could go to 0. But I don't really think it will. I think they're executing on their strategy. A thing that people aren't really aware of, why I'm also kind of bullish, just in the last week, it just happened, is basically they are set up with Agriflora, and Agriflora has connections with Pharmaco. Okay, so what is Pharmaco? Pharmaco is their distributor for pharmaceutical cannabis in Germany. So the big ones are Pedanios, which has about 32% market share, and then Spectrum, which Canopy owns, is 14%, and then CC, not CC, Cannamedical, which Wayland and Tilray got deals with, and they're working with. They send weed to Cannamedical. So Cannamedical got 11% of the pharmaceutical market. So I figure that if ZENABIS gets their EU GMP in Q4, then they are going to be pretty able to ship product like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 kilograms, right, within a quarter maybe. So that could give them like 10 to 15 million or so in revenues. So things like that, so they can offload their product, as well as with more stores opening up and the fact that they are growing a good capacity now. So it'll be interesting. Look, I'm not super crazy about it, but I was looking at the Bollinger Bands and it looked like it was going to come up, and I was figuring Village Farms was going to have better revenues and then things were going to fly up. So Village Farms did a net loss of 10 cents EPS, but basically they did EBITDA positive, and they would have had more money if Emerald Health owes them like 7.2 million based on they're selling it wholesale for about like 220 to companies wholesale, whereas like they should be getting the difference to make up for it based on the deal. And basically Emerald Health just says like, fuck you, eat shit, and that's not so they're gonna get their money eventually. Anyways, let's talk about Aurora for a second. Aurora did 75 million in revenue, which was lower. They sold less kgs. What else? They did a loss of about minus 35, minus 40 million. They know they need to work on their profitability. Now they're also converting debentures to some people they owe for debt. So I think they're gonna add some more shares. Like, I think that's what the deal is. I don't know 100% sure. So I'm not super bullish on Aurora going forward. Now they sold, a thing that I really keep an eye on is the global revenues, and they did 5 million this quarter in global revenues. So what did Tilray do? Tilray did 5.5 million in USD, so that's about 7 million Canadian, or like 7.3 million, somewhere around there, Canadian. So they're really, I think Tilray's definitely like working to be a monster as far as the global market. And then Canopy did 18 million because they acquired this company that added like 14 million. So yeah, I think that Canopy's got a big global opportunity now. So but Tilray's gonna work on Latin America, because they don't necessarily have to work with Novartis. Novartis kind of like works with them to kind of get them into more distribution and stuff, but they're okay with working with other partners, so they could work with Sanofi. So who knows? What else? T-Gods was shit. I mean they're getting some money, so they'll, but I want no part of T-God, to be honest. Maybe they'll be good in the future, but I want no part of it. Supreme, they did 11 million, so that was less than last quarter, so that's not very good. And I think they did a loss, and then they're getting 100 million credit facility. So I don't know. Canada fucked up. They lost 350 million, 375 million. Man, I had to put on CGC today. I could have made about $30 on one strike, and then I was like, I figured it was gonna go down a lot further, and then I just like broke even because it was like going up. So I was like, oh, I better get out before it's like worth nothing, because this was to expire on Friday. So yeah, I just didn't want to lose my money, so I just like got out and took my money and ran. So anyways, that's my you know, it's what I got. It's the best that I can do right now. I don't have a studio. Look, I'm glad all my viewers and subscribers that have following me along and being loyal to me. We got a very good community that understand I'm a different person. I'm not like everybody else. I'm kind of a mathematician. I can do numbers in my head. I got all this information in my head. I'm just an interesting fella, and I'm glad you guys are along for the journey. And yeah, take care. Until next time, peace. I'm out.